You know, out of the mouths of babes is a lot of wisdom. My son told me 2 years ago that the most important things that I gave him were the 3 pillars of parenting. And I'm going to share those with you today. Hi everybody, it's Dr. Deborah and welcome to Tuesdays with Tillman. This is the day that the Lord has made and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. Today I want to talk to you about the 3 pillars of parenting. You know, I had a conversation with my 27-year-old son a couple of years ago and I asked him if mommy could have given you any sort of advice, what was the best 3 pieces of advice that she gave you over the past 27 years of your life? And I'm going to tell you what those are. They're called the 3 pillars of parenting. The first P is that he said, you told me who I was. You gave me my purpose. And the way I did that was that I told my son every single day, there are seeds of greatness inside of you. You all, if you've been watching my videos, you know how I am about blessings and placing blessings on your children. And I used to say it every night, there are seeds of greatness inside of you. Whether he had a good day, a bad day, an average day, I always told him who he was. And not only who he was, but whose he was. I let him know that he was a child of the Most High King, that he could do anything as long as his hand was in the hand of God. And I gave him that solid, strong foundation from the time he was in my womb all the way up until now that he's 27 years old. And I'm so glad that he recognized that giving him his purpose, showing him his purpose was the most important thing that I could have done. The second thing that he said was most important is that I always told him how to persevere. And for me, it was less of telling him how to persevere than modeling how to persevere. He watched me fall and get up. He watched me go through trials and tribulations and still have a testimony. He watched me go through the valleys of life, because the valleys will hit you in life if you live long enough. And he saw me come out on the other side of victory. So he saw me modeling that I never would give up. God has a destiny for each and every one of us. And as long as we can keep persevering through, as long as we can keep trying, as long as we know that there is an end at the end of this rainbow and keep going through it, we will get to the other side. So I'm so glad he recognized perseverance as another tool that I gave him. And then the third tool was he said, you showed me how to pray, mommy. Like you showed me God from the very beginning. And it was so true. When he was 1 year old, when he was in my womb, when he was 2 years old, when he was 3 years old, I taught him a prayer every single day. You know, he prayed over his food. He prayed, you know, when he woke up. He prayed when he went to bed. He prayed when he had horrible teachers. And, you know, I love teachers. But again, I always tell y'all there's some good ones and bad ones. And so we prayed for our enemies even. So that even when mommy's not around, even when his auntie wasn't around, even when his grandparents weren't around, he knew that he had a God that he could pray to that would never leave him or forsake him. The prayers of the righteous availeth much. And so if you can just take those 3 pillars, and I call them pillars because they really do set the solid foundation for the future. Those are the pillars of purpose, the pillars of perseverance, and the pillar of prayer. If we can imprint that on our children, they will be so much further than you could ever imagine. So today is not the 1st of January, but it's, you know, the beginning of a new decade. I say place those solid foundations on your children so that they can not just be better in life, but they can reach their divine destiny, because that's what God is calling them to. Until next time, I'm sending you love, peace, and hope. God bless.